Hello. So it's a wonderful sunny day here. I hope you're having good weather. It's wonderful to be outside, but I also wanted to come back in and talk about a topic that we've had some discussion on our Facebook page today. And it is all about those times when you might hear someone on the IEP team say, oh, we don't have to write that down. That's what our school does as best practice. Well, actually, the Office of Special Education Programs back in, I think it's 2012, had sent a letter of guidance out to school districts telling them that actually those kinds of best practices, if they are services that your child needs, then they need to be written in the IEP. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you need, 50 different IEP goals. It could be an accommodation that needs to be written in the IEP. It could be a modification. It could be in the service delivery statement. However, if your child needs some kind of service that is unique because of their unique needs, then that needs to be included in the IEP. Now, sometimes you can just make a statement like, well, if we move to a new school district, that might not be their best practice. It would feel a lot more comfortable to me if that's actually in writing in the IEP. And most times you say something like that, and it's like, great, we'll do it. Sometimes you'll get this pushback, which is kind of silly, but it happens, right? So if you are watching us live, say hi, so I can welcome you and say hi back. This will stay up on our Facebook page too, so you can always come back and rewatch it. But I wanted to talk to you today about, it's called A Letter to Chambers. It's kind of hard to see in the reflection. But this was written from an advocate in Massachusetts to the Office of Special Education Programs back in May of 2000, is it 12? Yeah, 2012. And she had run into some schools in Massachusetts that were saying, well, counseling services are best practices. We don't have to put that in the IEP. Or alternative teaching methods are best practices. We don't need to put that in the IEP. And so as an advocate, she decided to write a letter, which anybody can, any parent, any citizen, you can write a letter to the Office of Special Education Programs in Washington, D.C., and ask for clarification. So she did that. She got clarification back, and I'll probably need to put my glasses on to read it. So, and I'll share the link to this too, so you can actually have the letter. But in the letter, it says the IEP team is responsible for determining what special education and related services are needed to address the unique needs of the individual child with disability. The fact, now here's the part you want to listen to, the fact that some of those services may also be considered best teaching practices or part of the district's regular education program does not preclude those services from meeting the definition of special education or related services and being included in the child's IEP. So as an advocate, I go to a lot of IEP meetings every week with families. And like I said, I think if you can try and resolve it just by saying we need it to be clarified in case the family moves, that's fine. If you get pushback, you can take a letter like Letter to Chambers from OSEP and share that with the staff. If you know this is something that's going to be coming up and you have time, you could email it to the staff before the meeting so they have time to read through it. But if not, have copies. I don't know. As an advocate, I think it's important to have copies of these kinds of letters available when you're at meetings. So if it does come up and you can't get them to understand that it needs to be written in the IEP, you can pull out your letter to Chambers and have a discussion about that. So let me know. Erica's here. Hey, Erica. The other thing that you always want to remember, if you request for something to be written in the IEP and added to the IEP, and the school members of the team refuse that, then you also need to get a prior written notice. But anyway, I'll share the link right now if you want to get your own copy of the letter. So I have a bit.ly link here. So you can go to bit.ly/OSEP Chambers, and you will get a message from my IEP bot and get a copy of the letter. And I'll also post the link above. So I'm happy to be here. I haven't been live in a little bit. So it's nice to see you. And know that when other questions come up, post them in our Visions and Voices Together Facebook group. And who knows, we might just pop on with a video answer to your question. So you guys have a wonderful day, and we shall see you again. Take care.